Hello pile number one and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I'm going to be taking a look at messages from the universe for you guys and just highlight a few aspects that you guys might have to look forward to or that you might find useful over the next 30 days. So tapping into the energy, what I'm hearing is it's a phase. Hazy. It's a phase and it's hazy. Okay, so if you guys chose the Nirvana Quartz, this reading is going to be for you once again. What I'm tapping into here is that you guys are being supported by energies that are in service of the highest good of your enlightenment right now. You guys are getting a lot of flashbacks of your past. And learning about yourself through different phases that you've already gone through the motion of completing in the past. What you're being told to encourage yourself to do is let go. These memories are reoccurring and coming back up to show you and help prove to yourself how much you've really grown from what you went through. Look, I think some of you have been quite derogatory. Is that the thing? Derogatory? What is that? Is that when you speak down on yourself? Like you guys are judging yourself, calling yourself bad names, all of that, putting yourself down. Please avoid doing this. This is what you're being encouraged to become more consciously aware of, because what you're doing is invalidating your life experience, which is almost clouding your ability to see the wisdom that has come out of your experiences in its full totality. Like you haven't had the ability to embrace your wisdom from your past. And I think you are probably either completing a cycle of judging yourself for a way of used to being, or you're wanting to learn a way to outgrow this certain relationship dynamic that you're sharing with yourself. Now, it's going to be different for each of you because it's more like a spectrum of an energy. So only you can identify where it is that you're at. You're either in the judgmental cycle, you've already gone through the initiation of recognizing how much you judge yourself, how much these judgments affect your everyday choices, and how much it's affected your ability to perceive what has really come from your experiences and choices in the past. Or you have put a method into practice and you're coming to the completion of a way of once being. And this is what you're becoming enlightened to, you see, pile number one, from what I'm being taught in the energy. You're also learning more about your own free will of individuality and the ability to express your individuality authentically. Authenticity and individuality, some people might say they're the same thing. I interpret them a little bit differently. Individuality is what you choose to embrace and display. Authenticity always is. Always is. Whether you repress it or not, you see. That's just the way that I perceive it. It might be wrong to some people. Okay, so what I'm also getting from the Nirvana Quartz is that you guys are building a new vision for yourself. Because if you see the number 29, I was tuning in and I was hearing a humming sound. The humming you guys hear, that's my heater. I forget, heat pump. There we go. But what I just heard, it doesn't matter. We have 29. Yeah, you guys have built a new vision for yourself, and what you guys are able to do is start putting independent action towards making the positive changes you've been wanting to. Because what this is really highlighting, pile number one, is that you're ready to step off of the karmic cycle of an energy that is repeated lifetimes, either lifetimes before you that was then passed on to you, things like habits, environments, outlooks, and stagnation that has blocked you from pursuing new possibilities. And I believe for those of you who have come from a restricted background, this is saying that you're going to be the first in your family lineage to outgrow or break a cycle. So some of you guys might even feel as though you've come to break ancestral curses, generational legacy, and build new forms of generational legacies to become I don't like that. Why does that come up? I just heard martyr. You're becoming a martyr. You don't want to become a martyr, pile number 1. Jeepers. I don't even know what that was. Okay. Take a deep breath, pile number 1. For some of you, because I think you're overwhelmed more than you would probably want to admit right now, but you're recognizing that you're moving into a new experience that is starting new beginnings. Like the majority of you would have already sensed this feeling out in the atmosphere around you. It's like you're waiting for something to happen, or you feel like something's getting ready to come forward. Please know that you don't have to overexert your efforts to create the best quality out of something. If anything, what you're being encouraged to do over the next 30 days, what you're being encouraged to embrace more of based on this energy here, is your ability to quieten your thoughts, still your mind, and tune into the moment. Because without allowing your pride to interject simply what is. Does that make sense? Like, I feel what's happened here is you've embraced your judgment and used your judgment to solely make decisions moving forward. And really what you're being encouraged to do is kind of relax. If I'm not beating around the bush. Sorry, I was uncomfortable with getting that out, but Water was like, that's the only way. So yeah, you guys have been putting in maximum amounts of effort, and you don't have to. It's draining you. The lesson is to invest yourself wholly and solely. That doesn't mean overextending efforts. What it means is recreating a reflection of yourself in what it is that you are doing, whatever that might be. If it represents you in some way, that is all you really need. It's an ingredient I heard that you've been missing. You think something that you're creating or something that you're doing needs to be a certain way, when yes, but that certain way is unique to you, which means embracing the totality of who you are, to then use that energy to motivate you in what you're doing. You see, like for example, with readings, pile number 1, look, I don't care how I look to people outside of me, because the whole time I'm doing all of this, I am being my 110% self, for the most part. You know, there's still aspects of myself that I would never show on camera because it's not the environment for that. But the baseline of who it is that I am, my essence, my nature, I expose it all here. And I have no fear of doing that. And that is a point of which you will be reaching, which is full self-enlightenment, full self-understanding, in other words, full self-control, full self-discipline, full embodiment of your highest potential. And that is the energy that is supporting you moving into the next 30 days. So you're going to feel like you're in a constant motion of progression this month. If you felt like things were stagnant, things are going to speed up. You know what I'm saying? All right. What is it that you would advise pile number 1, universe, to avoid doing too much of this month? Adventure. Try not to force change too much. Instead, allow life to lead you in the directions of possibility and opportunity that will then welcome in the change that you are needing. If anything, you're being encouraged to sit in your feminine energy and enjoy the moment where you are. Create happiness in every single way that you can, and be completely present in your moment with number 55. The adventures that you need to go on within yourself will happen naturally, and it will be inspired by your hopes and dreams or your passions that will be stirred within you. Does that make sense? It will lead you into self-reflection the more you embrace the truth that is arising in each moment. That's why you're being encouraged to stay present within your environment and within yourself. Don't allow yourself to get too drifty in your thoughts too much, because If you do, you will get lost in the astral and you will lose track of the reality that's in front of you, that is giving you the answers that you need to then create proper progress. Progress in a way that will bring maximum amount of change in the ways that you have been yearning for. Like, the universe has been working with you quite a lot for quite a while, I feel here. And I just heard the only limits is the stars here. The energy is going to be very straightforward for you. There are going to be no reasons for doubt or for question, with 85 being here and also the number 55. Spirit, the more you become accepting of wanting to make positive progress and to learn more about yourself in your experiences, the more you're going to support your spirit guides around you with the energy that's in service of your highest good. Because the thing is, your guides can't help you if you don't give them conscious permission. And your way of giving conscious permission is by choosing what you want to accept and choosing what you do not wish to accept. And this is like an indication to the energy around you of how it should direct itself. And that's how your free will is interjecting into the energy most that you will be able to recognize this month. Pile number 1. So universe, what would you encourage them to embrace more of moving into the next 30 days? We have synchronicity. Follow the repeating signs, follow the repeating feelings, inspirations, and repeating messages that you might hear through different types of people at different times. Some of you might also hear repeating songs, or you might randomly get songs that pop into your mind for no reason whatsoever. Look into these songs, look into these lyrics, and look into the repeating signs, because they're going to be kind of directing you into certain places, or helping you to understand yourself more within situations and circumstances that you find yourself in when these repeating signs arise and kind of manifest for you. You're going to see a lot of evidence outside of you over the next 30 days, is what I just heard. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, so we're moving on. Sorry. I just heard for someone's been worried about their nephew, and it's been draining their life force energy. Please stop over giving, is what I heard. I tried to ask more, they wouldn't give me more. So there we go. That's for like one of you in particular. There's a younger male figure that someone has been over-investing themselves into, and it's not helping you. If anything, it's draining you of your efforts, where you could be investing your efforts in other places that it would be appreciated more and put to use in more positive ways. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, so what should they embrace more over the next 30 days? Sorry. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself and forgive the past. Forgive what has created poor memories that have been arising. It's been arising because you're learning how to let go of it at the root core, which starts in your subconscious mind, which is why you're seeing it as your memories. But your subconscious mind is putting it into order. And from that order, will come the response in your nervous system and all that, your emotions, your thought form processes. And once your thought form processes change, your belief systems will change, and then the energy that you're putting out will start to attract in new things, because the energy within you has first changed through your conscious permission. It comes through like a feeling of, I'm sick of my own shit. I don't want to do this anymore, so I'm not going to. That's the feeling, you know? That's what I'm getting. And I feel like this is something that you've come to or will come to over the next 30 days. Embrace this more. Embrace the feeling of, I'm sick of looking at something in a certain way. I'm sick of feeling something in a certain way. I'm sick of doing something, repeating something, living something in a certain way. So I'm going to change myself to then change what I'm experiencing. And this is helping you to take yourself I want to say self-mastery, but what I first heard was you're stepping into self-control to then learn to master self-discipline, which then leads you to self-understanding to help you embody more of your enlightenment. And that is the energy that is supporting you the most. And that's what the Nirvana Quartz say, as well as the numbers 96, 85, and 55. Follow your dreams more and keep doing that, pile number 1, because it is going to lead you to better outcomes than what you can imagine for yourself right now. You following the things that naturally make you happy, that naturally light you up, that you naturally love, is what is going to help you to let go of all the things that has been holding your focus in places that only hurt you. So another message that I'm hearing, I swear by you, I hope you know, pile number 1, the universe, God, your angels, your guides, the energy, they aren't against you. There's someone here who needs to hear that message. They're not against you. They serve you. They serve you based on what you choose. You know this. You know this already. And they said that they're sworn to you so they could never leave you. If you felt like you were disconnected from your spirit guides, that's going to change very rapidly. You needed to go through a point of self-isolation or getting clear with your conscience. Which means they didn't ever disconnect from you. It was more like they were stepping to the side to allow you what you needed. And that was to get clear with yourself, get close with yourself, to bond with yourself and understand yourself. Because for a long time there you had probably been putting in a lot of effort without really knowing why, and expecting the best sorts of outcomes, but it wasn't coming through. Getting in touch with the why is the most important part, because that's the intention. That's the burning flame. You know what I'm saying? Your intention is most important this month, and that's what's going to manifest the most around you. And that's what they're saying that you can pay attention to, that will help you to stay in alignment with understanding where it is that you're subconsciously at if you feel disconnected from the inner dialogue. That's something else that you can embrace that will help you more moving into the next 30 days to create the highest outcome, or the best possible outcome for all involved, especially yourself. So you're going to be working a lot with the crown chakra. That's why I've been channeling most of this reading. The crown chakra is based around enlightenment, pile number 1. It's based around understanding. That is the wisdom of the crown chakra that connects you to the oneness of all, divinity, the highest good, the angels, God, whatever you want to call it. Spirituality and its all existence is mostly understood and received through the crown chakra, that is then personalized through the being into the root chakra. And aligning all aspects of the 7 chakras within the body helps you to put into creation that energy that you are channeling. For those of you who understand what I'm referencing. If you don't now, you will over the next 30 days. You're starting to learn about yourself from a higher dimension. You're actually coming in through probably 5th through to 7th pile. Number 1 from what I'm feeling here. The heart chakra through to the crown. So you're going to be finding yourself wanting to express what it is that you perceive in the world more. And you're going to be extracting wisdom or helpful insights that you will then pass on to people around you, that you will find serves very well to the healing process, or to a progression where other people outside of you that you recognize are stagnant. I see you stepping into a leadership role here, and a leadership role doesn't have to be humongous, or a leadership role could simply mean you're taking leadership in your life to create what it is that you're wanting, all the way through to taking on a leadership role, say at work, say in the public eye, say whatever. You know, I do see that there's going to be huge amounts of achievement through taking things step by step and not leaving anything undone that you start. If you're going to focus in on something that arises poor or ill emotion or trauma from the past, befriend this, love yourself through this, and nurture yourself as you would someone else that you care about in your situation. This is going to help you to get closer with your higher self and help you attune better to self-understanding that will help you to recognize the energy and how it's communicating through you, your emotions, your instincts, your impulses, your inspirations, your thought forms, your belief systems, your intentions. It all starts inside of you. Knowing yourself is the key, and this is what you are going to be mastering most of all over the next 30 days, moving into, I saw 5 months from now. It's going to be a huge contributing factor based on your astrology alignment. Something about Sagittarius breaking free. I don't know. But anyway, pile number 1, those are the messages I have for you today. I hope this has served you well, or at least helped pass some time. With all that being said, until next time, bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. So, I'm actually really liking this energy that's surrounding you guys right now. I'm hearing a similar message to what I heard in the first pile, but this is coming through a lot more directly. You guys have been very self-critical. And what the energies that are in service of your highest good is working to support you with is your self-love, your self-acceptance. That's why the energy is so nurturing around you guys. And funny enough, this is a crystal that promotes self-love. It's an energy that emits a nurturing sort of serene energy that helps you to embody value of self. It's self-acceptance. For a long time, I think there was a lot of parts of yourself that you probably were taught to neglect within yourself, either through things like bullying in childhood, feeling overly judged, or even overly judging yourself. Pile number 1. Okay, so first of all, I just want to do something a little different here for you guys. What is motivating this? We have colors and numbers and creativity. So this is literally a card that says, what is it that you're struggling to acknowledge within yourself through repression? There are repeating signs, repeating feelings that are probably not so comfortable, that are causing a lot of disease within you. Not disease, but dis-ease, discomfort. And it's not very healthy for your inner child, or what we call the purity within ourselves, the nature of ourselves, the innocence of ourselves. And what's probably happened at times, pile number 2, I'm saying this as a metaphor. What I saw was like a jungle, as in the inner nature, but it was being poisoned, kind of like the movie Moana, how the heart of Te Whiti was taken, and then all of a sudden this sickness or this poison traveled throughout the world and it poisoned all nature. It's what's happened. Perhaps you feel as though you were poorly perceived by people outside of you, and you feel like it's affected you so much that it poisoned you. No, not at all. For the fact that you can process or even contemplate whether you have been a bad person. Like, for example, another thing that I'm being shown is like someone being accused of being a narcissist and banged in that you are a narcissist, you are a narcissist, you are a narcissist. And you're like, am I a narcissist? Am I a narcissist? Am I though? No, you're not. For the pure fact that you're questioning it. There are 9 contributing main aspects to narcissism. And the term that is used is overused. And I don't know why this is popping up. For some of you, you have been recognizing narcissism outside of you. For others of you, you have used traits of your narcissism, because everyone has it, but not everyone is a diagnosed narcissist. You have been using your narcissism as self-protection. But really, what's motivating these defense mechanisms, these projections of yourself, is self-rejection, self-abandonment. So what's probably happened in the past, you could probably think back and recognize points of yourself where you have, say for example, ended relationships before they were ready to end because you didn't want to go through being abandoned or rejected by someone else. And if this is not you, pile number 2, this is what you're recognizing in people outside of you. Let me just double check real quick with my pendulum. Is this correct? Am I channeling this correctly? Is this going to be resonating with the majority? Yeah. I still don't understand why this is important, but are they overcoming their own narcissism? Are they overcoming narcissism outside of them? So you might even find some of you guys came from narcissistic cycles that were taught in your family. A lot of you have probably identified with toxic things that you have had to grow through or outgrow. And it's not your fault if you implemented these behavioral patterns, these belief systems, or projected yourself in certain ways that doesn't reflect who it is that you truly are. This crystal here is encouraging you to take time out to dissolve toxic emotional patterns and understand that they are not who you are, though you might have once used those patterns as a way of response. Separating yourself from the pain is going to be a challenge for you when reflecting in on things that you're ready or wanting to outgrow. And the key to the separation is choosing to accept yourself as you were, understanding that you have the ability to choose a different way of being in that moment, once taking accountability, which is acknowledgement, that helps you then to pass on. Do you know what I'm saying? Energy that is ready to have passed long ago, that you have held on to through your trauma, your memory response, your perceptions, beliefs, projections, behaviors, and attitudes. So yeah, what you're going to be supported with, pile number 2, most of all, is valuing yourself for who you are and becoming more accepting of your vulnerability, because you will find beneath what you deem weak is not. If anything, it is the most powerful version of yourself that you have yet to union. And with you accepting yourself where you are giving your authentic self a little bit of a boost, a little bit more confidence, a little bit more trust, a little bit more empowerment. So you're bringing life to your authentic self through valuing who it is that you are right now, that is contributing to the best version of yourself, because only through mistakes do you learn what is better. You know? So please don't judge yourself. And as you learn to let go of your self-judgment, you're going to let go of judgment of others if they have passed on or treated you poorly. And you're going to see why they have done these things. And you might be a little bit shocked or surprised. And I feel like your empathy is going to be invoked most of all for others. But it's important that you hold that same level of empathy that you have for others, pile number 2. Also, to the same degree that you should hold your empathy for yourself. You know, especially for what you've gone through. Because I see here, there's been a lot of emotional things in your life, a lot of heavy emotional things that a lot of people, I just heard strife, emotional strife. And it's important that You acknowledge that for what it is so that you can let go of it. Okay, so what is it that your guides are encouraging you to release or avoid doing over the next 30 days? Sorry guys, I'm just pulling out a new deck that I saw in my third eye. I think I got it all. There we go. Alright. After sadness, happiness and hope returns, number 22. I'll show you that in just a second. And then we have pose brave flight. You will not let fear stop you this time. And something you thought finished is about to burst back into life. Now, something else I got wavering within my throat chakra. Speak even when you feel shaky. Speak the truth of what you feel, even when you don't feel completely confident. If you waver, still speak it. That is the duty you owe to yourself. This is how you're going to start building up your own self-respect again. Pile, number 2. And I just heard some of you felt like you had it beaten out of you. And if that is the case, I am so sorry. And I truly mean that. I'm so sorry. And I hope you have done right by yourself. And that could have been metaphorical, whether it was beaten emotionally or any sort of way, mentally, whatever. I'm so sorry. You know, but I hope you also know that you deserve better and you are ready for better. But first of all, you need to give yourself the permission to experience something better than what you have been going through by learning a new way. So touching back on these cards here, yes, we've gone through the sadness. But through the sadness, you'll recognize and learn the wisdom of how to dissolve the patterns that support sadness. And as a result, you're learning what you need to embody to transform to then create better with 26 and also 22. 26 reduces down to number 8, which is all about transformation, death, and rebirth. Then you have 22, which is all about putting into motion the necessities that will help you to build better. It can also represent that better things are coming towards you and you're making progress through your personalized transformation based on what you feel you need emotionally to help move yourself forward. Once you accept what it is that you need emotionally, once you accept what you've been going through as a choice of a way of being, not just something that has been put on you, you will then be able to find yourself being propelled forward quite quickly into something that you wanted to do a while ago that represented you authentically. Because with 12, this reduces down to 3, and 3 is all about exchanges. But with 1 and 2, 1 is all about the self, the individuality, the uniqueness, the starting point, beginnings of self. 2 is all about putting the self into motion, understanding its values and being motivated by the values to build something. So there was a reunion you needed to have with yourself to then create forward motion, and something that you thought wasn't going to work, that is in reality going to work. It just needed to be approached in a new way. So this is also saying that you're going to reap a lot of reward for the efforts that you put into making positive progress, starting with self. And this is why the energy that is in service of your highest good is helping to support you with self-acceptance, helping you to learn what true self-love is, true self-respect. Okay. So what is it that you would advise them to avoid? Your fear. Do not answer to your fear, is what I just heard. Your insecurities. What you know you don't want, yeah? Be your own best friend is what I just heard. And I think that's something that I said for a pile in a different reading altogether. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is what is also going to help you to lift up your health. Again, number 8. So we have 88. You working on your emotional health will help better your physical health. Your spirituality is your overall wellness pile number 2, and that's what's being bettered here, you see. That's quite straightforward, isn't it? All right, what else? Love. This is what you're being encouraged to embrace more of. The change of partnership that you share with yourself, because it's leading you through the rebirth. It's just reconfirming what we've been saying. A number that I see here that could repeat for you is 616. This is you independently bringing yourself balance by releasing burden. That's a very straightforward way. If you want to look into it more deeply, there'll be a numerology or angel number message that will hold more information for you than what I can make available to you. But we also have, with the loving partnership, 26, which also reduces down to 8. So we have 888. With the improvements of self that you independently choose, you're going to be attracting in tremendous amounts of abundance in different ways. Through your attractions, through your personas and connections, through your exchanges, and also your social status. You're going to see upgrades in places that you didn't expect to, and you're going to see much more positive outcomes coming out of the end of something that you first experienced as very sad. I acknowledge that it was a big life-changing thing for you, and if not a huge life-changing thing, it was a very big impactful thing on you, and it's important that you acknowledge it once again and learn to love yourself through that, because that's what's going to teach you your needs. Okay, so what is it that they have to look forward to as a result? Just to further clarify, please, so that there is no room for imagination here. A clear and precise answer. You avoided a much worse disaster, is what I heard. I don't know what that means. That's for some of you, yeah. So you will be able to choose who you want to become. This is the uncertainty card. Number 39. 39 reduces down to 3 in numerology, and this is all about you choosing to be your authentic self. 3 is self-expression. 3 is a very holy number to Yeshua, or divine consciousness, Christ consciousness. And what it's saying is you're comfortable with being who it is that you are again, and you're free of conditions that have been imposed on you. You're breaking free of a lot of different things that frankly held you back, is what I just heard. And I feel like there's something else that I want to say, pile number 2, but I just don't know what it is. So I guess additional messages from the universe. What is it that you're really wanting me to say? The world, community, upright, and reverse. Yeah, the people that have been sabotaging you, hurt you, they're falling away naturally. There is nothing you need to do apart from focus on yourself. The more you focus on yourself, redeeming yourself to yourself, yeah, the people that have hurt you or whatever has happened here, they're going to get karma, and you're going to end up seeing it in about a month from now maximum. The more you work on yourself, the karma will come in, and it will be told to you or shared to you in some sort of way, or it will be seen by you as a confirmation that you're on the right path. And as I looked down, I saw 1717. That's another numerology message for you. Again, reducing down to 88. It's going to bring you abundance and prosperity as well. That will come through as proof for you that you are on the right track. If things don't sit with you, this is an invitation to self-reflect and ask yourself what's not sitting right with you. What is it that you're doing that is contributing to the not so good feelings? What is it that you can do to attract in better feelings in that very moment? Because that is what you will attract in energy. You're very sensitive right now, and your energy is being heightened in the realm of manifestation, because you're getting in touch with your true feelings, your true thoughts, your true beliefs, which is aligning your actions, your attitudes, your behaviors. Yes? Which means you're enhancing yourself because you're coming into full acceptance of self, and that naturally heightens the energy around you, and the energy responds by showing you exactly what it is that you are choosing inside your universe first. That sounds crazy. Anyway, pile number 2, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this has come a positive service to you, or will, over the next 30 days. Thank you for spending your time here. And with all that being said, until next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. It's interesting because the card that I pulled for you also had 33. So a numerology message for you guys is 333. You guys are very much in alignment with your mind, body, and soul, past, present, and future. And the funny thing is about this stone in particular, it supports shamanism and understanding of the past, present, and future. So you could identify to be quite literally a shaman, healer, hello, or you could identify to be priest, priestess, I want to say, or a reincarnated ancestor, incarnated guide, someone who has a lot of hidden esoteric knowledge, or someone who has a deep understanding and connection to past life wisdom, practices, traditions, outlooks, philosophies, understandings, you know. So I also feel here that you guys were I'm hearing you are here as somewhat of a hero in this lifetime, because you guys have an uncanny ability to become what is needed in the time when you deem it, or deem it as seen best fit, is what I heard. You guys, there's a guide here. It's giving me very Victorian aged, arid. It's giving Greek Stoicism. Are some of you guys into Stoicism? Is that a thing? Is it Greek? Roman? Roman. Some of you guys might have Roman background or connection in some sort of way, shape, or form. You might even have an attraction to like the Roman Empire sort of thing. This is also giving me masculine energy. So you guys once again have the ability to become what it is that you need, which is the masculine energy, and then you are able to step into a role of what you seem as best fit. I get it. Sorry guys, we went on a wee circle there. So I also heard that you guys have been on a journey learning about the different dimensions and how tapping into different dimensions of consciousness helps you to learn different ways of your healing abilities. There are people that come in just randomly for no reason, asking you really random questions that have been catalyzing you into deep self-reflection. And if you haven't had this yet, you will. Over the next 30 days, it's going to activate your ability to read past lives and extract life wisdom. You're going to be able to use this and channel like ancestral wisdom or knowledge in some way to then infuse it in nuanced practice. This is going to help to push you forward and eliminate any threat to your success. I have no idea what any of this means, so I hope you guys are able to personalize it, because once again, this is general reading, so I'm trying to generalize an energy that you can all personalize. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So what is it that you're being encouraged to embrace more of over the month? Over the upcoming month? What you're being called to embrace more of is learning about your divinity. We'll put it this way. Learn about your divinity, because you've been learning about your multi-dimensional versions of self. Like, you've been learning more about your ego, your better judgment, your emotional self, your nurturer, your provider. You know what I'm saying? You are every single role you can perceive in this world. It's just that you don't need to stand in that role if you don't see situations outside of you that will call for that role. This is a gift. This is a form of mastery. This is a form of what I would call a heyoka. someone who has the ability to move with the subtle vibrations of the collective consciousness within humanity, and to embody what is needed to welcome that into the earthly plane. Some of you guys also are mediums, and you're going to be connecting more with ancestors that come from your past. Please don't be shocked or surprised if you find yourself attracted to certain cultural backgrounds, mysteries, mythologies. Look deeper into these things and ask yourself why you're naturally attracted to these things, because they might hold answers for you that will aid you in your career, within your project, or within your expansion of self-understanding and self-mastery if you're on a spiritual active journey. So I also see here that you're starting to understand the power of your language also, and you're starting to learn how to use your language to manifest more authentic reflections of yourself. You're starting to see the true gift or sacredness of control of vibration through use of words, language. And you're probably going to find yourself wanting to choose to heal the way it is that you use your words. Because you're going to start to see or oversee how powerful your words and how influential you actually are. You guys have a powerful voice. You enhance things that need to be heard, and you're very good at addressing truths, especially sore truths. I just heard awe. This is coming from a younger energy. So addressing harsh truths is a gift of yours. When you are balanced, and when you feel like you have a clear perspective of cause, effect, and consequence. It gives you like a different sort of understanding, and it helps you to see into outcomes. Do you know what I mean? So you guys might also feel as though you're clairvoyant. You guys have so many spiritual abilities within yourself, some that you might not even know that you have. You're going to be tapping into a lot of your senses, because your senses are enhancing. Because I feel like you guys have been going through a consciousness shift. Based on these two energies here with the dark healing chamber, this is saying that you've been doing a lot of shadow work either within yourself and the collective around you. And I just heard, I'm very proud of you, coming from an ancestral link, like a father, or a fatherly figure, fatherly energy. So what you've been supporting within yourself as a result of recognizing what is ready to be changed into something better is that you've been building an unshakable foundation within yourself. And this unshakable foundation is what gives you the ability to shape shift almost into what needs to be in a way that still reflects exactly who you are. So you are free of labels and definitions. You're free of the obstruction of the third dimension. And you have almost transcended all forms of attachment, pile number 3, in your world so far that has come to manifest within your past and within your present. And as long as you are actually present, like who it is that you truly are, is present in your everyday moment, in your everyday choices, and your ever-evolving time, you are able to almost stay 10 steps ahead in your future by bringing it to your present, because you know what you are doing intentionally and every single which way and form. And this is what the energy of the highest good is supporting within you right now. Connection with your ancestors, a clearer perception or self-understanding of your spiritual abilities and gift sets, the abilities that can come to be when your senses are understood and fully embodied, and the power of self-awareness in general. And it's unlocking like new possibilities for yourself, with number 33 being here, because you're attracting in a world that is going to more authentically reflect who it is that you are, which ultimately brings fulfillment if who it is that we're choosing to be is who it is that we truly are or truly wanting to be. So what is it that you're being advised to avoid doing over the next month to help support the best outcome into being. Be true to who it is that you are with the tree of life. You're getting in touch with everything around you and becoming more aware. With awareness of self, you become awareness of the collective consciousness. Because with tapping into the truth of yourself, you are able to differentiate what belongs to you and what does not. What comes from the influence of the world outside of you and what is truly birthed within you. What has grown you. Speak from what it is that you know and teach from what it is that you know based on what it is that you have gone through. Not what you think you have learned and not what you have conditioned or not what you have adopted along the way. Just who you are. You're getting back to the nitty-gritty root seed of that and getting more in touch with your inner child, which is your innocence and your purity, which will reveal to you where it is that your soul is really wanting to be. That can help you if you do feel like you're starting to get swept away down a current of influence of the outside or the external, because what these cards are saying, pile number 3, is you're not here to be something else or to fit a grand scheme of what is being required of you. That is not the point. You're supposed to be here being yourself, knowing that you can become what you need to face any thing in the external realm. For example, the tree of life, a tree has the ability to face any element outside of itself because it is itself. It has no choice but to be itself, and it grows in the way of which is necessary based on the meeting of its needs, the meeting of itself. Getting to the core of the message without beating around the bush. Trust yourself because only you know what is best for you. Trust yourself and your connection with your divine force because only you have the ability to have that unique connection, and no one else outside of you can tell you what that is, how that should be, because it's unique based on how attuned you are to your own consciousness stream. You guys are going to be getting more in touch with your Akashic records as well. You're going to be receiving a lot more insight to higher purposes of suffering that is manifested in the collective as well. So you're going to see the root cause or the root purposes of a lot of problems outside of you. And when you feel these things arise inside, it's probably a good thing that you release it in a creative way, is what I just heard. And creativity comes in endless amounts of forms. It could literally just mean speaking it, writing it, using it to motivate your form of chosen art like makeup, painting, drawing, clay, I don't know, decoration, or even persona in the ways that you display yourself and your moods and how you dress, if that's the type of person that you are. I see some of you might be wanting to change your hair color as well. I don't know why, over the next 30 days or changing your style. I think a lot of you guys have been displaying your role rather than displaying yourself, and that's what's changing most of all, which is reattuning you to God, to the universe, to your higher self, to a new perspective and understanding or realization that is transcending you past limitations that you will never have to experience again. Pile number 3. So, jeepers, I love that for you. Additional messages for those who have come to view pile number 3. Connect to your heart chakra. Often over the next 30 days, ask yourself what you are in rejection of, what you are in judgment of, and what you are in acceptance of. Ask yourself why you're in acceptance, why you're in judgment, why you're in rejection. This should be done in a way of you reflecting in on yourself and also the external world or anything outside of you that comes to you and how it brings discomfort. Asking yourself why. Self-reflection is the most important. And paying attention to how it is that your body responds to your environments, to the things that are attracted into you, will also provide you with further insight that you will need and use to interpret information that will become very positive for yourself and for others around you. It's going to invoke a lot of healing, and you're going to bring a lot of wisdom and clarity to other people outside of you. I see you have a great loyalty to a service that is greater than just yourself. Like the service that you have the ability to bring to this world will serve greater purpose to more amounts of people than just yourself, your immediate surroundings, your immediate peoples. You know, it's going to actually travel on further than you think and longer than you know. So it's important that you are yourself. You have the ability to go the distance with what it is that you've held close and dear to your heart, is what I just heard. And you're going to start to feel more supported and momentum moving forward when it comes to creating this true heart's desire. Yeah, get creative. Yeah, you're going to get new ideas, new inspirations, and see things in new ways, which will grant you the ability to take on new approaches. Those are the messages that I have for you today, pile number 3. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this has come a positive service to you. It's very direct. You have a lot of wisdom to impart on the world, pile number 3, and I just want to encourage you to keep doing that. You really are truly a blessing in the world, especially right now, especially during this time, and in this age in general. You're setting a new pathway moving forward, and you are very important, and you are very special, and it is important that you know this. Your specialty is your uniqueness. Your uniqueness is totally separate to what anyone else around you will ever know. So stay focused on yourself, stay focused on your truth, and stay focused on the service that you know is deep within you. Again, those are the messages I have for you. Until next time, bye.